Hello everyone, my name is Maria and welcome to the channel. Today we continue playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Last time Iron Bull and Blackwall joined our team, which was exciting and very promising because now we have two amazing warriors who are ready to help us. Now we're going to Redcliffe and we will try to convince local mages to help us with closing the breach. Let's go.
What was that?
That rift altered the flow of time around itself. That is unexpected.
Maybe Fiona will know. We'll have to look into this. Something's wrong here.
Something's not right. Stay on your guard.
Maker have mercy. It's over. Open the gates.
Thank you.
We spread word the Inquisition was coming, but you should know that no one here was expecting us.
No one? Not even Grand Enchanter Fiona?
If she was, she hasn't told anyone. We've arranged use of the tavern for the negotiations.
Agents of the Inquisition, my apologies. Magister Alexius is in charge now, but hasn't yet arrived. He's expected shortly. You can speak with the former Grand Enchanter in the meantime.
This is a trap. Magister? Like Tevinter Magister?
The veil is weaker here than in Haven. And not merely weak, but altered in a way I have not seen.
We'll see what it's about, but Fiona invited us. So she has to be here. And it looks like she's not. Wait, are we going in the right direction? I don't think so. Okay, maybe we were. But all of this just looks so suspicious. Hopefully we will not get an ambush, right? Elf fruit, wonderful. I'll pick it up a little bit later. Discovered Redcliffe village. This is so nice. We've technically been here in Dragon Age Origin. Hello. Let's go. Yeah, you can see that I'm ignoring things like that, for example, because I usually do them off screen, let's say. Because I want you to see all the character interactions and the story.
I heard rumors that there are apostates outside the city fighting the Templars.
I wouldn't pay those rumors any mind. The mages here didn't cause any trouble. Why should it be different outside our walls?
So they don't know what's happening.
If those
here.
rumors are true, and apostates are attacking people, shouldn't someone do something?
If there's anything to do, the rebels will handle it. They've done their best to keep us safe so far.
We are doing something. At least trying to. Let's go. Fiona.
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition.
Sure.
What has brought you to Redcliffe?
Something is not right. Wait, can I pretend that I don't know what she's talking about? Drop the act? Is that a trick question? No. I think that something is wrong. Maybe it's her, like, twin sister or something.
Is this some sort of test? We're here because you invited us in Val Royeaux.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
Something weird is happening.
Well, that's very strange, because someone who looked exactly like you spoke to me in Val Royeaux.
Exactly like me? I suppose it could be magic at work, but why would anyone... Whoever or whatever brought you here? The situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
This right here is why you can't trust mages.
I understand that you are afraid, but you deserve better than slavery to Tevinter.
Yeah.
As one indentured to a Magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
Really? So they just gave up their own people? You've made a huge mistake.
An alliance with Tevinter is a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
All hope of peace died with Justinia. This bargain with Tevinter would not have been my first choice, but we had no choice. We are losing this war. I needed to save as many of my people as I could.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Fiona and Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
He is a magister. You cannot trust this guy. Tell me about the alliance.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
Everything? Fiona said she's indentured. Where is the Earl? When did this happen?
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was certainly very timely.
Is this Fiona? I'm really not sure. Where is the Earl?
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Earl or his men.
The Earl of Redcliffe left the village.
Left? An Earl would never voluntarily leave his seat.
Yeah.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
Let's negotiate. This is a long way from home.
You're quite a long way from Tevinter, Alexius.
Indeed I am, though I have heard you are no Ferelden either. It seems we are both strangers here. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious, indeed.
Then you'll help us. I'm not sure I want to deal with this guy. We don't think small here.
Well, when you're fighting a massive tear in the sky, you can hardly afford to think small.
There will have to be.
What's going on?
Felix.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive my clumsiness, my lady.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
That is obvious.
The note is unsigned. The boy feared his father might retrieve it.
It could be a trap. It's worth investigating.
We'll be careful, but we need to figure out what's going on here.
Wait, I want to listen. So beautiful, really. Let's go. And now we need to get to the Chantry. Hopefully someone will explain what's going on. But this son
Maker, I hope
is not happy with what his father is doing, as I understand.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
Sure. Why not? This is apparently a person who is going to help us. Wonderful. Let's close this rift and find out what's going on.
Fascinating. How does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Watch yourself. The pretty ones are always the worst.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
He was your mentor. Where is Felix?
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Got it. You're a magister.
Are you a magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
Really? Why help us?
You're betraying your mentor because...
Alexius was my mentor. Meaning he's not any longer, not for some time. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
Time travel. Wonderful. That sounds bad.
I hope that's less dangerous than it sounds.
More.
That is fascinating if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
Do you have evidence?
I'd like more proof than magical time control go with it.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Right, so Venatori is like Tevinter fascist, basically. Got it. And let's see, why are you telling me this?
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Why does he want me?
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
How do we stop him? I'm flattered.
All this for me? And here I didn't get Alexius anything.
Send him a fruit basket. Everyone loves those. You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
Interesting. So they see that this guy has joined a cult, and they are worried that the consequences might be very dangerous. These windows are so cool. Do you see this? Amazing, really. And what do we have here? Hunter armor, one-sided blade, nothing too interesting, unfortunately. Maybe here? Nope. So we know Dorian, and the door is closed. Now we need to decide what to do next, and I'm not sure what's the right choice here.
Do we believe that both Alexius' son and apprentice are turning on him? It seems someone wants to trap us either way.
Vince, they can't sneeze without stabbing each other in the back.
Take care.
Yeah, I don't think that they're lying. It doesn't look like
I
it,
think we should go.
but I'm not sure this is all about just time magic.
Why are you worried?
Maybe it's connected to the rifts, maybe it's not, but it is something dangerous. So I think that we should go back to Haven and maybe try to figure it out. I think I finally found Cullen, and it's really funny because he's literally like 5 steps away from Cassandra. So let's talk.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I'm glad I'm here.
I just hope I can help.
As do we all. It is enough that you would try. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I believe the mark will help. Everything's mass.
The Conclave destroyed a giant hole in the sky. Things aren't looking good.
Which is why we're needed. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
I like your enthusiasm. No, I don't. I mean, it's fine, but I don't want to flirt. You've thought this through.
You've given this a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Ryden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
That was good. Let's talk to Cassandra again. I like her a lot, so let's see.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Tell her. Yeah, I want to know as well.
No specific place. My mercenary band worked mostly in the Free Marches, however.
At least until you crossed the waking sea to reach the Conclave, I suppose. Tell me, do you consider the Free Marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
Home is wherever I am, none of your business, really. No, I hated it. Yeah.
If I ever go back, it'll be too soon.
Really? That is good to know, I suppose.
Why? Why is it good? Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
I'd like us to be closer. I mean, we can flirt a little.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
I did not know she was a royalty.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentegusts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentegusts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
Is that why you left Navarra?
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentegusts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
What happened to your brother?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Yes, of course. You worked for the Divine.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
What is a right hand?
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You believed in her?
You thought she could really change things?
Justinia knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
Okay, that was a really good conversation.
I'll let you get back to work.
Maybe we will talk to her again. And relatively soon. Hello, Krem.
What can I do for you?
Let's discuss Iron Bull. I mean, he's standing right here. How can we use you? Tell me about the charges. Let's discuss Iron Bull.
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The chief. First time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for a Canary, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
What kind of commander is he?
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. He keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
Alright, got it. Is him being a Canary odd?
Is it strange to work for a Kunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. The Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasrath, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I see. I'm surprised he told you. No, I'm not. They're clearly quite close.
We'll talk later.
Now, let's go and talk to Josephine and everyone else. When I was editing my last episode, I realized that we spent quite a lot of time at the war table, so I decided to focus on the most interesting things we have here, you know, not just gathering gold, for example, and I think this is definitely one of those. Here we can choose successor in leads, so we can directly influence local politics, which is just so fascinating. And let's see what it's about. The duchy will go to one of 3 members of the dead duke's family, all of whom have possible claims to the position due to the complex nature of relation politics. His cousin Carolina, already a duchess by marriage, his daughter Manette, whose claim is muddied by her youthful naivete and the fact that her father pushed her into a life of service to the chantry after his wife's death, likely to protect her from the dangers of the game, and his brother Jean Gaspard, an ambitious and cunning man who has been searching for power. Carolina is capable and not overly invested in overseeing leads personally. Manette could be most easily manipulated but less likely to be useful. Jean Gaspard would be difficult to manipulate and could present a threat if he succeeds. His brother. Carolina is obviously the best choice here, it looks like it. So let's see. Manette would do better in the chantry than in the game. I can see that she is encouraged to take vows. Jean Gaspard is a chevalier and a capable military leader. If we want him removed, I dare say we might recruit him for ourselves. That's a good idea. So basically now we are deciding who to remove from this game. And I think we need to start with Jean Gaspard because we can see that he really wants some power. And I am afraid that if we don't do that, then he can just start ruling. He can just start ruling this city or whatever it is. So Cullen, do your job.
All right.
Wonderful. And we also have something from Blackwall here. The Inquisition is in its infancy. Building an organization such as this is like building an army. You need soldiers, weapons to arm them, food to feed them, and that's just the beginning. I joined knowing I could make a difference. I have Grey Warden treaties, and these allow us to take what's needed, when needed. We do not face a blight, but surely a torn sky warrants as much concern. Consider it. This is a great idea, Blackwall. I really appreciate it. So, Josephine, please, and thank you.
At your service.
Amazing. And we ask Liliana to gather some coin, because why not?
Let's see what we have.
Incredible. And now let's go and see what else we can do before going to the mages. It looks like we have a quest with Josephine. I hope I'm right. It doesn't look like it. Do I have a quest with you?
Yes.
Turn in research.
Good.
Okay, this is it. Quest completed. Wonderful. Josephine, let's talk.
Good day to you.
Anything to report?
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Of course. How are our guests?
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Sir Griffith of Denerim, a most distinguished knight of the realm. He's defeated darkspawn, slain demons, chased down abominations. Just don't ask him about it over dinner. He spares no detail.
Alright, anything else?
Good day to you.
Investigate, tell me about yourself. What does your family do?
What business are the Montiliers in exactly?
We began as merchants. My ancestors founded the first trade routes to Rivain. We once sent entire fleets across the waking sea.
Once?
But not anymore.
No. These days our vessels are a touch more modest.
This is it?
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
Really? I can't ask anything else? We already asked this, I think.
Let's speak later.
Maybe not.
Another time.
But I will try it out later. And what is this quest? Oh, it's about the mages. Okay, got it. So let's see what else we can do. I think I will just continue talking to my companions, such as Solas. Hello.
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You think it survived?
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
It will turn up. It's not a priority. It's not.
We can't afford distractions. We must focus on sealing the breach.
Yes, as I said, that is our primary goal. It's a moot point regardless. Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
No, I just wanted to talk. Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to know more about you, Solas.
Why?
What do you mean, why? We are, traveling together and working together. I respect you. I must know if I can trust you.
You're an elven mage. Not from the Circle,
Ooh,
not
that's
Dalish.
not what I meant.
You're an unknown element. If I'm to trust a self-taught apostate with my life, I need to know more about him.
I don't see myself as self-taught. But then, since I have not told you, you'd have no way of knowing that. All right. What can I tell you?
Her response was so bad. I hated it. It's not what I meant at all. Where have you studied?
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
So, I don't know if I'm mistaken, but his best memories are basically visions of the past. So they're not really his memories. Which battlefields?
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
Okay. You impressed me with this one. Alistair and hero Ferelden. I miss them so much. It was so fun. Tell me what happened.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Caelan fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real?
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Interesting. Why study the Fade?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say. That sounds dangerous. And it reminds me a lot about Fenrir from Dragon Age 2, remember? That he was a special type of mage who could travel across dreams. I think Solas would be just so ecstatic about the possibility of something like that. That sounds dangerous.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
If he's not using blood magic, considering what he just told us, it's pretty impressive. Clearly you woke up.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
That makes sense. Is that why you're here?
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroyed the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
I hope that works. Weird, but good for you.
Well, it's not the worst reason I've heard to go out and enjoy life.
I'm glad to hear it. In truth, I have enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
Do you work with anyone?
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
I don't know, it really sounds so dangerous, because basically he doesn't have real friends. I mean, yeah, he has spirits, but it's just one step away from demons. Spirits are not your friends. I mean, I don't want to, make him mad.
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter. Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
It looks like he thinks he's better than other mages because he's connected to the spiritual world. Maybe I'm wrong, really, I'm not sure. And I know that Solas fans are very passionate, so I hope you can at least hear me out, but it sounds like he really believes that he's doing the best thing he could possibly do with, studying the Fade and talking to spirits. Those are demon names.
You're saying that you became friends with Pride and Desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
Oh. I don't think so.
You trust these spirits not to possess you the first time you accidentally make a wish?
Do you trust your friends not to turn on you?
Well, yes, but they're people.
Ah, of course.
You know what I mean.
Are people only people because they are flesh and blood? Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
You need a body to be real. Spirits lack free will. I'm not arguing this.
I'm certain you have some rhetorical trick ready to counter anything I say.
It's likely. I've had a lot of time to discuss the question with people. Or spirits, if you prefer.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Okay, great talk, Solas. And I think this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I wish you the most wonderful day. See you soon. Bye.